Hello everyone. In the last class, we had done elevation in boiling point, which is a colligative property to determine the molecular mass of solute, provided the solute is non-volatile and non-electrolytic. Now today we will discuss another colligative property of a solution, what is called depression in freezing point. Okay, so what is depression in freezing point? For example, freezing point of pure water is 0 degree Celsius. But if we add some amount of solute, say urea or glucose in that, then that solution will not freeze at 0 degree Celsius. It will freeze below 0 degree Celsius. So this decrease in freezing point of a liquid due to presence of solute, non-volatile solute, is called depression in freezing point. And this depression in freezing point is a colligative property. It means, for example, suppose if you take 1 kg of water and in that you have dissolved 60 gram of urea, that is 1 mole of urea, its freezing point is decreased by 1.86, means this solution will freeze at minus 1.86 degrees Celsius. Now instead of urea, if we add 180 gram of glucose or 342 gram of sucrose, that is 1 mole of the solute, then also the lowering or depression in freezing point will be 1.86 degrees Celsius. So this decrease in freezing point of a liquid due to presence of non-volatile solute is called depression in freezing point. Now why it happens? To understand this depression in freezing point, again we will have to understand, or we have already done, what is called vapor pressure curve, and we have already done twice this. So if we plot vapor pressure curve of a pure solvent, so vapor pressure curve is what? Vapor pressure versus temperature graph is called vapor pressure curve. And for pure solvent or for any liquid, if we increase the temperature, the vapor pressure will increase very regularly. So this is called vapor pressure curve. Now suppose this is for pure solvent. Now what is freezing point? This I said you about depression in freezing point. What is meaning of freezing point? Usually in lower classes we see that freezing point is the temperature at which a liquid will change into, will change into its solid at a particular temperature. So that temperature is called freezing point. So if we have a liquid, suppose pure solvent, here we have say at maybe 50 or 60 degrees Celsius and its vapor pressure is here. If we decrease its temperature, then vapor pressure will decrease. This is very simple to understand. Because as you decrease the temperature, kinetic energy of the solvent molecule will decrease and its tendency to pass into gaseous phase will decrease, and so there will be lowering in vapor, there will be decrease in vapor pressure. And you can see here very smoothly the vapor pressure is decreasing, and you will see suddenly at a particular temperature there is sharp, steep decrease in the vapor pressure. The vapor pressure is decreasing all along this line very smoothly, but at this temperature, suddenly you will find that there is large decrease in the vapor pressure. Now why it happens? It means at this temperature the freezing of the liquid starts, and so this curve is called freezing curve. Okay, and this temperature is freezing temperature. So here T naught F is what? Freezing point of the pure solvent, say liquid, water. Now if we add some amount of solute to it, there is lowering in vapor pressure. Earlier on we have done. So the vapor pressure curve of the solution will be below it. This is for the solution. And what you find is, here also as we decrease the temperature, vapor pressure of the solvent is also decreasing. Okay, it is decreasing, but at this temperature, that is at freezing point of the solvent, the solution curve has not touched the solidification curve. So at this temperature the solution will not freeze, and so what we cool it further, what you find, the freezing curve, it will touch at this temperature, say TFS, where TFS is what? It is freezing point of the solution. So TFS is what? Freezing point of the solution. So this you can see here very easily that freezing point of the solution is below the freezing point of the pure solvent. And so here TF naught minus TFS, that is delta TF, is the depression in freezing point, that is temperature by which the freezing point of the solution is lowered. So this is depression in freezing point. Okay, now see here, this depression in freezing point is again due to lowering in vapor pressure. Say at this temperature, if you take at this temperature, vapor pressure of the solvent is P naught, and at the same temperature vapor pressure of the solution is PS, and this difference delta P is the lowering in vapor pressure, and this difference, this one, is depression in freezing point. This is delta TF and this is delta P. So how much depression in freezing point will be? It will depend again in the lowering of vapor pressure. So from here we can write this depression in freezing point is directly proportional to lowering in vapor pressure, and we have already done in the Raoult's law. This lowering in vapor pressure will be directly proportional to the mole fraction of the solute. Okay, and this mole fraction of the solute will be directly proportional to the molality of the solution. Okay, So we have now delta T F is directly proportional to strength in molality. Okay, therefore delta Tf is equal to some constant Kf into strength in molality, where Kf is a constant for the solvent called cryoscopic constant, or also called depression in freezing point constant, and this is constant for a particular solvent. It has nothing to do with the solute. For example, Kf for water is 1.86 Kelvin kg per mole. Now what does it mean? It means if we take 1 kg of water and in that we add 1 mole of any non-volatile solute, then freezing point of water will decrease by 1.86 Kelvin. Okay, it means freezing point of a solution of 1 kg of water and 1 mole of any non-volatile solute will be minus 1.8 degree Celsius. This is meaning of cryoscopic constant. So we can define this way also. See here, when molality of the solution is 1, I mean 1 molar, concentration is 1 molar. You know meaning of what is molality. Molality means how many moles of solute is present in 1 kg of a solvent. So from here delta Tf is equal to Kf into 1, that is Kf. So this cryoscopic constant is actually the depression in freezing point if the solution is unimole. If 1 mole of solute is dissolved, then the depression in freezing, whatever be the depression in freezing point, that is called cryoscopic constant or depression constant, depression in freezing point constant. Now how we use it? How we use this depression in freezing point to determine molecular mass of a solute, provided the solute is non-volatile. So determination of molecular mass. We have delta Tf is equal to Kf into strength in molality. Now if small w gram of solute of molecular mass m is dissolved in capital gram of the solvent. So W is what? Small w is mass of the solute, unknown solute whose molecular mass is to be calculated, determined. This is molecular mass of the solute, and capital W is mass of the solvent. Okay, so from here delta Tf will be equal to Kf into W into 1000 into molecular mass of the solute to be determined and capital W, provided the W is in gram, keep in mind. If you are taking in kg, then this 1000 will not be there. So from here what you find, if we can measure this depression in freezing point, Kf is constant, that is constant for each solvent. W is mass of the solid, how much amount of solid we have added is known. Mass of the solvent is known. This molecular mass can be calculated. So this is called, this method is also called cryoscopic method. Cryoscopic method. Cryoscopic method. Okay, but see here, it's very easy to find out what is the mass of the solute, what is mass of the solvent. Problem lies in the measurement of the depression in freezing point, because the depression in freezing point, the difference in temperature is so small that with the ordinary clinical thermometer it is very difficult to measure, rather we can't measure it. So for that we need highly sensitive thermometer. In the previous class I had given you what is called Beckmann's thermometer. So this can be measured by Beckmann's thermometer. So the method is also called Beckmann's method. Beckmann's method. Okay, the thermometer is called Beckmann's thermometer. What is the advantage of Beckmann's thermometer? Its sensitivity is very high. 1 degree temperature is divided into 50 parts or 100 parts. So even if there is slight increase in the temperature, which we can't measure with ordinary thermometer, with the Beckmann's thermometer we can measure it. Okay? But we have some limitations. Limitations of cryoscopic method. Okay, it should obey the Raoult's law of lowering in vapor pressure. Solution should be dilute. Third, solute should neither undergo dissociation nor association. And of course, we have to use sensitive thermometer. So these are the conditions. When fulfilled, we can determine the molecular mass of the solute, provided solute is non-volatile. You write one more point, non-volatile solute. Solute should be non-volatile. Okay. Now we have practical example of this depression in freezing point. Suppose if we have to, all of you know what is the coolant used in the radiator of automobile engine, that is in four-wheeler, in car or trucks, buses, where coolant, suppose if we are using the vehicle in cold places where temperature goes below 0 degrees Celsius, then the water present in the coolant will freeze and the engine will seize. So to avoid that, what we do, we add in water, we add some amount of glycerol or some amount of ethylene glycol, and it will not allow the water to freeze at 0 degrees Celsius. We call them as antifreeze. Antifreeze. So ordinary coolant we use is simply water, distilled water, which is mixed with. So we have a number of examples of depression in freezing point. We add some amount of ethylene glycol in water which is used as coolant, so that if vehicle is to be used at say hill stations in winter where temperature goes below 0 degrees Celsius, then the water will not freeze. Such substances are called antifreeze. Antifreeze. Another example we have, to create lower temperature to store ice cream. What we do, we add some salt to the ice. Okay, when we add some amount of salt to it, its freezing point can be lowered to up to -4, -5, -6 degrees Celsius. Such mixture is called freezing mix. Freezing mix. So what you have to do is, different type of question comes here, that how will you prove that depression in freezing point is a colligative property? You know meaning of colligative property of a solution. It means which will not depend on the nature of the solute. It will simply depend on the amount of solid we have added. Okay. Another type, that what is antifreeze? Why the freezing mixture has lower temperature below 0 degrees Celsius? And you can be asked number of questions based on this formula. That is numerical problem based on this formula you have to practice. Okay, provided, again I am reminding here that W is in gram. If you take in kg, then this 1000 will not be there. Okay. Now, as I said you, this Kf, cryoscopic constant, is constant for a solvent. Different solvent has different value of Kf. For water I gave you that its value is 1.86. It means if you add 1 mole of any non-volatile solute, non-electrolytic solute, then the freezing point of that mixture will be minus 1.86 degrees Celsius. Now, how we find out the value of Kf? We can calculate the value of Kf by using thermodynamical formula that I will give you. This Kf thermodynamically Kf is equal to RTF naught square divided by 1000 LV, where R is gas constant, TF naught, you know, it is freezing point of the solvent in Kelvin, keep it in mind. Otherwise also, you know, whenever you take the value of R, the temperature is in Kelvin, and LV is latent heat of vaporization. Okay, per gram. If you take per mole, then simply multiplied by molecular mass. In that case, this Kf will be equal to RTF naught square into capital M divided by 1000 delta HV, where M is what? M is molecular mass of the solvent delta HV is enthalpy of vaporization, okay, that is per mole of the solvent. So this is how we calculate the value of Km. I hope things are clear. Thank you very much. You please practice with the different kind of numerical problems based on that. Till then, thank you very much.